Hello, my name is Jesus Garcia. My name means the Savior, actually, the Messiah. I was named after Jesus Christ, typical to do in Mexico. My mom loved the name. She wanted me to, kind of live up to those expectations, be blessed by him. Anyways, the greatest sacrifices that happened in my life were actually through my parents uh, and myself at the same time. My dad, he came from a pretty wealthy family in Mexico, but his dad lost it all by gambling, alcohol, women, and everything else. Uh, by the time he was 18, they were pretty broke, and he had 12 brothers and sisters. He had to go to Mexico City. This is probably in 1970s, 60s. My dad's like 68 right now. He's really old. It was an accident. Um, so that happened. He had to live. He had to sleep outside in the park for a couple of weeks because he couldn't find a place or a job. But he needed to go to school, so he did what he could. And then when he finally found a job, he had to send that money to his mom because they needed money for it. Anyways, fast forward, he gets his diploma and stuff. He moves to Minnesota. We're from Chihuahua, Mexico, and I was actually born and raised there till I was 7. We flew over to Minnesota. I lived there until I was 17. There was a lot of discrimination, on his part, because you freaking live in Minnesota. Remember white people, except if you go to the Twin Cities, which we later did. Um, uh, he was typical macho man, Mexican, alcoholic too. My mom came from a wealthier kind of family, and high class Mexicans, you know, and those are really snobby kind of Mexicans, I guess. So I kind of born from both. Um, Biggest sacrifices that they had to do was literally from from a minute to another just give up everything and come over here, leave their families and everything. It wasn't that bad of a sacrifice. My mom had to endure a lot of hardships with my dad, with him cheating, him abusing her, my sister, my brothers abusing all of us. Um, but later on, he kind of came to his senses. Uh, when I was 17, I had to uh, basically they got separated. My dad went back to Mexico, and I had work to be able to maintain my mom and myself. That was all my senior year when I moved to California, my last year of high school, and yeah, then I just did what I could to get to where I'm at, and later on my dad helped me. You know, he gave me money for the first time, in a long time. So those were quickly sacrifices of what my family had to do for me.